Hey everybody, this is Chris from C.H.Diegel Photography and the Artisan Shop. I'm here in gorgeous Island Pond on a perfect fall day. You'll see over my head Bluff Mountain. We're going to do a lollipop loop hike on the mountain. We're going to stay up at the overlook for sunset and hopefully get some gorgeous light on some fall foliage. So thanks for joining my hike. So the Bluff Mountain Community Trail starts off in this beautiful red pine forest. You don't really see a lot of red pine this far north in Vermont. I have to wonder if these were planted here. But there's also some oak trees that are growing in and around the forest. So that's another species that usually doesn't grow this far north in Vermont. So I'm guessing that this is maybe a southern exposure on this slope. So it's probably warmer and drier than most areas. That's my guess. But again, these red pines look like they could have been planted. I'm not sure if this is a natural red pine forest. So the drive from Smuggler's Notch out to Island Pond was just absolutely gorgeous. The fall colors were just so beautiful. I was tempted to stop and take some pictures on the way, but I kind of resisted that urge. Problem that some photographers like myself can have is sometimes we're so obsessed with capturing everything that maybe we forget to just stop and enjoy things sometimes. So, you know, I kind of resisted that urge to stop and take pictures because I was going to be here in Island Pond taking pictures all day. And it was just wonderful to just enjoy the drive. It was just so beautiful, and I didn't have to feel that pressure to stop and take a picture of everything. You know, I could just enjoy a beautiful drive for a beautiful drive. So, you know, if you're a photographer and you're like me and you can be a little bit obsessive about it, you know, don't forget to stop and give yourself a little time to enjoy things too. This is such a beautiful day we've got here on Bluff Mountain. We just really hit the foliage perfect here. You know, it's just the last few days of September. So we're going to go up to the overlook and hang out and hopefully capture some beautiful light on beautiful fall foliage this evening. Bluff Mountain doesn't really have direct line of sight to sunset, but it gets really good cross light. So, you know, what we're really going for tonight is to get some of those trees just really lit up. So I got some really good shots here a few years ago, some wider shots of kind of the whole overlook scene in Island Pond. So I brought my telephoto lens with me, my 70-200 with me, to maybe try some, you know, more zoomed in, some tighter compositions, maybe just zoom into some beautiful light on the trees, just to do something different here. I don't carry that 70-200 with me hiking a lot. It's heavy. It's like almost 4 pounds. So it's a big heavy lens to have in your backpack. But it is tack sharp and it can take some beautiful tele landscapes. So I'm really looking forward to tonight. I think it's going to be pretty awesome. The foliage is looking really awesome, and add to that some gorgeous evening light, some golden hour light, and I think it's just going to be on fire. So thanks for joining my hike. I'm going to get back to it. So I'm at Lookout Junction, and this is where the trail splits. To my right is the Lookout Trail, and my left, this is the Bluff Mountain Trail. These two trails meet on the summit. So we're actually going to go up the Lookout Trail, and then we're going to come down the Bluff Mountain Trail after sunset tonight. The Lookout Trail has got some challenging spots at the top. There's a little rock scramble, and you actually go up the face of this rock via some metal rungs in the rock. So if you're not into that kind of thing, you might want to skip the Lookout Trail and just go up the Bluff Mountain Trail. So I'm going to get back to it. Thanks for joining my hike. Just before things get steep, you reach Basin Junction. This trail will take you over to the Bluff Mountain Trail, should you decide to skip the climb up the metal rungs. Well, I didn't get anything too spectacular tonight. Got a little bit of warm light right at the end that lit things up kind of nice. The light, right up to golden hour was kind of weird. Had like a very green cyan kind of cast to the sky. It's a particular light and tone that I just don't like very much. But at the end we got just a little bit of sweet light, like I said. Took a couple good frames, I think. Kind of similar to another shoot I did in 2020. I think the foliage was a little better then. Up here it seems like the highest elevations of the mountain, the foliage has pretty much come down already. The forest was beautiful the entire walk up, but just right here on the summit, it's pretty bare. It was still just such a gorgeous hike. The hike through the forest coming up here was just absolutely exquisite. The colors and the sunlight just looked absolutely beautiful. So I enjoyed it so much. Well, I'm going to get packed up and start headed down the mountain, but thanks for joining my hike here in Island Pond on Bluff Mountain. Happy trails.
All right. We're back at Lookout Junction. We completed the end of our loop. Now we're going to finish the out and back portion back to the trailhead. Onward.